Government House Leader Karina Gould is set to make her official launch next hour. She's up against a number of candidates, but two heavy hitters, the former Governor of the Bank of Canada, Mark Carney, and the former Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister, Chrystia Freeland. She is also set to make her official launch later today. I spoke to Karina Gould earlier. Minister Karina Gould, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Rosie.
I'm going to start with what would be an important milestone if you were to win. You would become the youngest ever Prime Minister. Do you think your age is an issue, an advantage? How are you approaching that part of this?
Well, I think it's definitely an asset. I mean, what I hear from people right across the country is that they are looking for something fresh, they are looking for new energy, and they are looking for someone who is here not just today, but also tomorrow and for the long term. And that's something that I definitely bring to this race.
Okay, and just in terms of mechanics, will you stay inside cabinet during this race or no?
I will be stepping away from cabinet.
Okay, and why did you make that decision?
Well, because I think it's important to be able to, have the space to share the policy ideas that I have that might not necessarily align with where we are today. I think that Canadians are looking for change, and I'm the person that can represent that change for them while still upholding the values that Canadians hold dear.
So let me ask you more about that then. As you know, your opponents are already suggesting that anyone else who enters this race is essentially just another Justin Trudeau representing some of those same values. In what way do you represent change, given the roles, the big roles you've played inside Justin Trudeau's cabinet?
Well, look, I have been a member of Parliament for almost 10 years now, and the thing that makes me different is that I am very much a grassroots politician. I am in this because I care so deeply about our country, but most importantly, because I care about Canadians. And at a time when we need to be standing up and fighting for Canadians, for our jobs, for our economy, I'm here to fight for that. And to fight for that against Pierre Poilievre and his dangerous cuts agenda and the changes that he wants to make to our country that will only lead to chaos, and to fight for Canadians in the face of the tariff threats that we're getting from the United States.
So tell me how you would stand up to Donald Trump then, given his threats of tariffs, of economic annexation. This would be a big jump for you in terms of your career. How would you approach Donald Trump?
Well, in fairness, Rosie, I have been a cabinet minister for 8 years, and so I do bring a lot of experience to the table, and I've held some very senior roles in government. I was on the first Canada-US Cabinet Committee when we stood up to Donald Trump the first time, and I chaired the Cabinet Committee on Canada and the world. So I bring a lot of experience to the table. But one thing that I can say is that I'm not sure that journalists and central bankers are the kind of people that Donald Trump listens to. And if you give a bully your lunch money, they don't stop asking you for your lunch money. They come back for more, and they try to shake you down for more. And so what we need is someone who is going to be strong, who's not afraid to stand up to bullies, who knows and understands the value of what Canada has to offer. And as David McNaughton, our former ambassador, used to say, Canadians are friendly, we are nice, but we also know how to play hockey. And right now is a time of national unity. It's time for us all to come together, regardless of political stripe, and to make sure that we are all on Team Canada. And I am a team builder, and I'm looking forward to making sure that we have that pride in our country, what we offer, what we stand for, and to stand up for Canada.
The journalist you're referring to there is not me, it's Chrystia Freeland, who's also, of course, the former finance minister and deputy prime minister, and Mark Carney, the former governor of the Bank of Canada in England. They both have a lot of experience, obviously, when it comes to the economy. We're in a cost of living crisis. People are concerned about affordability. We're talking about the tariffs. How would you position yourself in terms of economic experience, given the challenges we're facing right now?
Yeah, well, look, I think right now what people are looking for is somebody who understands what they're going through and who recognizes the challenges that they're facing. I think what Canadians want is to see a leader who they can trust with the challenges that they have. And I'll be very honest with you, Rosie, Canadians don't trust the Liberal Party of Canada right now. And I think that's because over the past couple of years in particular, we've gotten further away from the grassroots and talking about the things that Canadians care about.
So what don't they trust about the Liberal Party, and how would you correct that?
Well, look, whether it's with regards to housing or the cost of groceries, they're saying things are expensive for us right now, and we need help to make ends meet, and we need leaders who are focused on those really, like things that matter to us, like our pocketbook issues and making sure that we're there. And so as a former Minister of Families, I can tell you that, one of the things that I'm proudest of is bringing in the National Child Care Program that has reduced fees for families right across the country. And so when it comes to what matters to people, I've helped Canadians save thousands of dollars a year to make sure that their kids are looked after well. And in Ontario alone, that means 100,000 more women have joined the workforce.
Okay, one of the areas, sorry to interrupt you, one of the areas, of course, where people are concerned about affordability is the carbon tax. Yes, there is a rebate. People got it just this past week, but it has become a very contentious issue. Would you scrap the consumer carbon tax?
So I just want to tell you one of the things that I love about Canadians, because what I love about Canadians is when there's a challenge, they're looking for a solution. And when I was doing consultations on our climate change policy, one thing that Canadians asked me over and over again was, how can I help reduce my own emissions? I think when it comes to the consumer price on pollution, Canadians are saying, okay, I care about climate, but is this the right policy for me? And so what I'm looking to do is say, how do we make big polluters pay more because pollution shouldn't be free? And how do we create programs and incentives for Canadians to make the decisions that they want to make? People want to buy EVs, they want to buy hybrids, but they're too expensive. So how can we help them achieve those objectives? They want to reduce their emissions.
So is that a yes, Minister? Is that a yes, Minister?
I'll have more to say on this, but what I can say, Rosie, is that what I want to do is make sure that we're helping Canadians make the decisions that they want to, afford those decisions, because what I understand about Canadians is that they care about the climate change, they care about reducing their emissions, and they're looking for ways that they can help do that, but in a way that is more affordable, because Canadians are struggling right now. And so this is what I'm going to be proposing, and I'm looking forward to having more to say on that.
Okay. Minister, do you have caucus support or cabinet support that you will expect you can make public now, or that we can expect to see in the coming days?
I think you'll start seeing that over the coming days. But one of the things that I think is really important is that this is about Liberal membership, this race. And for too long, Liberal members haven't felt like they've been heard within our party. And what I bring to the table is an opportunity to re-engage our base, to re-engage Canadians, and to bring them into a more positive light and a more positive future. And so I'm really excited about the support that I'm receiving across the country from young people, from moms, from parents, from grandparents, from people who are saying, she brings the energy, she brings the vision, and we're excited about the possibilities with her as a leader.
Last question is on Pierre Poilievre. You talked about him a little bit. How would you go toe-to-toe with him? Because he is a very aggressive, effective politician when he communicates. Would you be able to take that on in terms of the way he will inevitably attack you?
Rosie, I've been taking Pierre Poilievre on head-to-head in the House of Commons for years, and that is something that I bring to the table. We need someone who is going to lead the Liberal Party that can not only stand up for Canada when it comes to Donald Trump, but who can stand up to Canada when it comes to Pierre Poilievre. And I have been doing that effectively for the past number of years as House Leader and in my previous portfolios. And I'm going to do that every single day moving forward. We need someone who is political, who knows this game, and who is in it for the right reasons to fight for Canadians every single day. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Karina Gould, I appreciate you making the time. We'll speak again, I'm sure. Thank you.
Thanks, Rosie.